Well, here we go. Our very own BMW Z4M, what I like to call my idea of a CSL build. So lightweight, taking about 85 kilograms out the car. Here for full detailing and PPF. Does it need it? Do you know what? It hasn't been done. I mean, look at the dirt, look at that. You know, it's been sitting for a while. I wasn't well last year for quite a long time. So it is actually something that I actually really would like to do. Got a magazine shoot in 2 weeks time, so going to use the opportunity to get the car PPF'd. I mean, you can see the marks on it. It definitely needs, you know, some polishing, a little bit of love. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So going to get it in, going to do a complete body PPF on this. Some of it I'm not looking particularly forward to, and then some of it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad, but I would imagine most of it's going to be pretty difficult. So yeah, that's what we're going to do, get the body PPF'd, and we will go from there. So let's get moving. First things first, going to decontaminate down the paintwork, get it inside, clay bar it, take all the wheels off, clean the inside of the wheels, clean underneath, the whole lot. So this is going to be a real detailed process on probably over 3 or 4 videos. So Z4 Forum, I know a lot of you guys are watching, or a few of you guys might be watching. Thank you for being here, being part of that community for a long time. Absolutely one of the reasons I love this car so much, believe it or not. That sounds crazy, but the community around these cars is absolutely awesome. So that actually matters to me quite a bit. So yeah, the plan is get it all done. At the end of this, once it's all done, I'll do a video with a magazine shoot, and then what we'll do is get it on the road or the track, and we will kick the crap out of this car, and I'll tell you what it is that makes this so special to me. Anyway, guys, let's get moving. Right, let's get into the decon work now, cleaning and decon work. So gonna rinse the car off, then we're gonna hit it with citrus snow foam, fallout remover. I've got no tar on the car. If we don't need to use tar, we definitely don't want to. We'll get it all dried off, get it inside, clean all the shuts, clay bar the car down, and then we'll start on the underside of the vehicle. Right guys, excuse the lack of light. I've turned the main lights off because they cause quite bad flicker. So just going to dry this off. We've got a drying towel. This is a G-Technic waffle towel. We're going to dry the complete car off, dry all the shuts off. It is nice and warm in here, so the roof will dry off very quickly. Right, this wheel should come off nicely now. As you can see, it's nice and loose. While it's off, good opportunity to retorque these studs because they do come loose. I've had a couple pop off, so we're definitely going to make sure that that is done. Good thing about studs as well, you're not going to knock your brake caliper, although mine is very, very close and it probably looks like it's going to touch when removing this wheel, but we've got a good chance of that not happening. Right, there's the first wheel, so we're just gonna, and there we have it. Well, it's pretty dirty under there. Non-acidic, always, always, always non-acidic. And then we'll get our soap and water bucket. And we're just going to work this in. Best way to clean the wheels to get them off, in my opinion. Obviously I understand that not everybody has the facilities to do this, so this is a real blessing to be able to have this. And these are horrible wheels to clean. We're going to ceramic coat these as well, seal them up nicely. In the hope that they're going to be a lot easier to keep clean in the future. So I like to go around the tyre as well, especially if you're using a lot of tyre shine. It tends to leave this brown goo on the tyre. Flip it round. Then we're going to spray on the inside, really nice and liberal amount. You know, go for it, don't be afraid. And then we're going to give the inside clean. These are original V8M3 wheels. And they're in great condition, never refurbed them. And I don't particularly want them refurbed sometimes, you know. I like a bit of patina, you know. I really do. I like a little bit of natural wear. So stone chips and whatnot don't really massively concern me. We're going to PPF the car anyway at this point, because at this point it's getting pretty old, and I guess it's about preserving the car as well. So that is one wheel cleaned. I mean, let's be honest, you're never going to get in here absolutely perfect. Again, always using a non-acidic wheel cleaner. And then I've got some awesome new self-centering caps to go on. Right, there's one. So what we do, get that in the shop, get rid of it, and we go again. Right, I've left the big lights on and I'm hoping you guys are going to be able to see this. So the plan is, because of the way the lights flicker in here, they're not going to flicker. So, APC, should have put some gloves on. Go and grab some now. Soak it all. Absolutely soak the crap out of it all. APC, agitate and steam. That is the plan. Definitely put gloves on as well, because this stuff goes everywhere, the friggin' brake dust. Thoroughly enjoying this as well. So, we are gonna get everything right the way in. Massively helps having this, these ramps. Again, I understand not everybody's got the access to these things. Thankfully, I do. And we are gonna go to town on this. This is what this baby has been asking for a long, long time. I know you're probably just looking at the and wait till I steam this, wait till I put a bit of heat to it. You'll be shocked how good this looks. Then we're gonna ceramic coat. Let me get my light on, actually, so you guys can see a bit better. We will go with the Scan Grip light. Thoroughly enjoying this, guys. Jeez. Have to do this more often to my own cars. Oh, this is, oh yeah, now that's better. Now I can see what I'm working with. So, all on the brake lines, the suspension components. Up there is absolutely, I mean, you're probably thinking, what's the point? It's gonna get dirty again. And yeah, it will. But why not? Why not? Why not? Why not go to town? Why not go to town? So we're gonna spray that stuff everywhere. We'll come down to the bell in a minute, get all that clean. But for now, this is what we're dealing with. And then we dry it off. Oh, look at this. Oh, this section here. Like I said, I think I might have already said this, but we'll put some ceramic in here to just make it a little bit easier in the future to clean. Right, okay. What we'll do now, get this bell clean, because these are very much on show. Right, so what we'll do now, we'll hit this with some good old steam. And now this is what will really clean off these calipers. And inside here, woo, can't see a thing. And I will get something to dry in here. Lovely. And this is how it should be looking. Special car, so it needs special treatment. It's the only way. So all these rags, anything we use from under here, these are dirty rags. We're going to throw them away afterwards. Really important that they're thrown away. Or used for additional dirty jobs like this. I mean, how good does it look? Cleaned up, what a difference. Look fantastic. In my opinion, this is how a car like this should look. Nice and clean. Better, much better. Oh. Obviously, I'm not going to get all the little bits of tar and whatnot off, and you know what? I'm not trying to. Just want to get it to a nice point where I'm happy with. This will be back on the track soon, probably in the hedge. Let me not tempt fate and say that, but that is looking great.
Want to hear every single moment this summer? Right now, you can save 15% off of best-selling hearing aids with a 60-day money-back guarantee. Book your free hearing check today at boothearingcare.com.
Better. Right, there's one. We need to do all the other corners. Right, so all under the sills. All under these sections. We want nice and clean. Oi!
Labour MP Carolyn Harris, author and journalist Paul Mason, and headmistress and chair of the Social Mobility Commission, Catherine Burblesby. Today,
look at the protocol and say, why isn't it working? And if need be, we should be acting unilaterally.
Tension, rancor, standouts, legal challenges. That's the last thing Europe needs right now. We are serious.
Since the global crisis has dropped by 85%, all of us has shrunk in the same period by 2%. We've got to help the people of Northern Ireland get over the problem. We didn't do it, the Labour did. Boris Johnson and Paul Frost very clear, the border and Northern Ireland remain equal part of the United.
Okay guys, so the car is now being cleaned on the kind of the underside. Under arches have been cleaned. The underside is already very clean on this. It really doesn't hit the bad weather, so it's very, very clean. So now I've taped off the bodywork. I've actually missed a little bit over there. I don't know why I've forgotten to do that, but I'll go back to that shortly. And now what we're going to need to do is get all, after the car's obviously been decontaminated, again, this was decontaminated about 18 months ago, hasn't moved because I haven't been very well for the last 14-15 months, so the car hasn't really been used that much, so very, very smooth. That's what you're looking for. Feel, is it smooth? Is there tar on here? You know, don't be afraid to hit it with some iron fallout, see if you get, you know, a big reaction off that, but this one's great, and that meant I've been able to skip the clay barring stage, because remember, although clay barring is essential when you're about to start polishing, clay barring is abrasive. It will mar your paint. No matter how gentle you are, no matter what lube you use, it will mar the paint. So I didn't want to put anything else in there that I would need to be removing. So I use Car Pro razor, nice and soft, straight onto a cloth, and we just rub it onto the panels. And what we're doing is we're trying to dissolve any silicone that might be on there, grease, waxes, anything like that, because that will damage our polishing results. The Roops yellow, or Rupes, brand new pad. I'll use brand new, everything will be brand spanking new in terms of the cloth, pads. That's what I do for every car. Get this lined up. Right, Duetto. What I love about this machine, guys, it's so light. Now obviously I've got the big boys here, but this Duetto, I can really sit into it, take my time and get this right. Compound wise, I'm going to use right, compound wise, I'm going with Kosh Chemi Fine F6. Really, really good stuff, the Kosh Chemi range. So that's what I'll be using to blow through this car. Small passes, not going to be doing big sections, so it's tiny sections to get the most out of it, as we're only doing a single stage. It's not bad at all, as you can see, but I can definitely see some surface marring, so we're going to clean that up. Once I put the PPF on, any kind of deeper defects just disappear with PPF, which is great. I am not seeking for absolute glass on this paintwork. I don't think that's the way to go with detailing. You know, the car, although it is a bit of a garage queen, unfortunately, because of how I work, you know, is something that I still like to get to the track, and I just want to protect it the best I can. I mean, it's absolutely immaculate, but I don't want to I don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole where I don't want to use the thing, and I'm not at that place at the moment. I absolutely love it. I will always be preserving it as best as I can, but I want to enjoy it and use it, so that's what we're going to do. So, this is how I prime my pads. So I'll put a nice, like so, big dot there, big dot there, big dot there, big dot there. And then I will move over to a speed 1. Get to a nice flat section, and we're just gonna turn it up. I'm just holding in the same place. A little bit of pressure. And that is how I prime my pads. I will now blow this out with the compressor, couple of little dots, and start working through the car. So let's do this together. Okay, so really pleased with how this is coming out. So 2 pea-sized dots, as you can see, over my shoulder. Now I'm done this bonnet in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 sections. So I will start here, just dabbing it on. Nice small section areas. Speed 1. So speed 1, and we're going to spread. Spread. So spread on speed 1, bump it up to setting 4, do a few passes, then 5, then bring it back down to 2, maybe 2 or 3, and really just polish out, you know, get those abrasives broken down, and you know, get the most out your compounds. Don't just whack it up to 5 and you know, that's not going to really help you. So get to number 4. Nice and slow passes. Okay, once I'm moving now to the faster setting, speed number 5, and I'm going to speed up these passes and then bring the speed back down, slow down the passes for that final kind of polishing phase when the abrasives are broken down. Now, what I love about this, guys, I'm only using a yellow, which is and I'm using a fine compound. This has got a really hard clear. Now, if you notice, I don't know if you'll even see this, but it's completely, any marring, it's completely decimating it. So I'm not having to hit it with rotaries and I'm not having to heat it with microfiber pads. If you just take your time with the right combination, you'll get an amazing result. And on top of it, I know that there's plenty of clear coat left. I don't even need to measure it. I'm using a soft pad with a fine compound. It's barely going to touch the surface. So that's the port of call for across the vehicle. Okay, so cleaning the pad, this is how I do it. Setting number 1, turn it on, turn the compressor off, and as you can see, nice and clean. I've changed this pad, maybe 2 more panels, brand new pad. Right, got the nano machine. Got the nano machine for the pillars. I also draw a line on it to see if I've got pressure, too much pressure. It's not going to help me. Spread. And then speed it up. Very light pressure. And just take your time. Watching this section here, shouldn't contact this plastic, but just make sure. Keep well away. So these sections will be PPF. They actually do pick up stone chips, don't know if you can see that. So really good section to protect and PPF. Amazing tool. Lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. Right, so here's another piece. Giant pieces, very difficult to install. So this is what they look like. Let me give this a wipe. This is what they look like on. I wrap around this inner edge as well to give that protection there. Looks good, doesn't it? Nice and glossy, super glossy. Now, because this has got a sticker on it, you'll always get a little bit of an air gap through here, but it should dry quite nicely. So, yeah, look, nice and tight lines. Now I've got other side to do, both wings to do, and then I'll start on the doors, see where we get to today. Bonnet's done. rocker hard in here. Good knife. Might be a bit too much stretch on that, but we'll soon find out. See what happens. So I'm locking in this line. Locking in this line. Trying my best to get it as good as I can. But it's not as easy as it first appears. This was not the funnest of things to be doing today. Horrendous job. I've got to be careful here. Get a little bit of bunching. We don't want that. Bring that fluid up there. Excuse me. Woo! So what I'm going to do is tap that corner down there now. Hopefully, I can make my life a bit easier. If I can get it, that is. See what happens. Is it going to hold? It's trying. Okay, so again, for the wheels, I remove the dropper up the top, G-Technic C5, and we're just gonna spread this all over the wheels, all in the spokes. I'm not gonna do the backs of these wheels because they are, the brakes are that big that I can't actually get behind the wheels anyway to clean the inner barrels, and to be honest, I don't mind taking the wheels off once a year and giving them a good clean, or once every 6 months. These particular wheels are extremely difficult to clean. I'm looking forward to my new set. So this is what we're going to do. So that is how you protect your wheel. Get it all the way on. You need to work quite quickly. Try not to drop that on the floor. Try and work quite quickly because it will stain your wheel and you don't want to be trying to polish this off by hand, and just get it off. The brake calipers using G-Technic C5 wheel armor. This is a coating that's specifically geared towards high temperature components, so your wheels, calipers. Just makes them a little bit easier to clean and keep clean. Unfortunately with these, when I bleed the brakes, what I tend to find is you get a bit of fluid bubbling over when they get hot next time, and it kind of runs down and just marks the surface. At the end of the day, there's certain things you can't stop, but if we can just protect the finish a little bit, make them easier to maintain. Kind of a top tip for you guys, C5, which is for the wheels, is excellent for your exhaust tips. So once you've polished up your exhaust tips, get your C5 and liberally coat on the inside, the underside, just the tailpipe, but mostly the bits that are just awkward to let me grab a rag. My son's doing the recording today. He's off school today because he hasn't been a good boy, unfortunately. So he's actually had the day off school. So I thought I'd get him in here doing some recording, help me out. So yeah, and if you look at the final result, have a look at the point of the exhaust tips, can you see? Nice and shiny, right? You see them? Yeah? You can talk, you know.
Yeah.
But thanks for trying to be quiet for the video, I appreciate that. See what you're trying to do there. So, here we go. Look at those, nice and shiny, right? Mm-hmm. Press the red button. And here's the finished article. Not bad for a hand crafted product. 0 pre-made patterns on this, all put on the car. So yeah, some of my lines are, you know, they're freehand cuts. Some of them aren't the cleanest, but God, let me tell you, when you're trying to go around an arch like this, it's not easy. But most importantly, she's protected. Job done.